Joining us now is Mr. R.B. Ramesh, who is PRAGGNANANDHAA's coach. Mr. Ramesh, thank you so much for speaking to India today, sir. This must be a nail-biting day for you. Everyone, of course, will be watching this very, very closely. But how do you feel going into this game?
Yeah, very thrilled and excited, and also very eager to see how this match will turn out, because we didn't expect Pragg to come to the finals, all the way to the finals, because the lineup was not very easy for him. He had to defeat many strong players to come to the finals. So really happy that he has managed to do it, and he is in the finals. And the first two games have ended in a draw. Both of them were lacking energy, and Magnus also had some food poisoning issues.
Right.
So I think both of them were preserving their energy and wanted to decide the match in today's tie-break games. So really happy and excited. And I'm sure Pragg has got his deserved rest, and he will be full of energy, and he will give his best.
Have you spoken to him after yesterday's draw?
No, I'm not talking to him, but I'm in a regular chat touch with him, and just sharing my thoughts and opinions through chat.
So it's surprising. You said it's been a surprise to you that he's come this far, that he reached the final, because there were many strong players in this game, in this championship.
Yeah, it's a pleasant surprise, I should say. He has defeated two very strong players, world number 213 Hikaru Nakamura and Fabiano Caruana, which is not very easy. And the fact that he has done it already has brought him to the finals. We are very hopeful that he should be able to repeat it against the world number 1 as well.
Right. My colleague Nikhil Naz is also joining us at the moment. Mr. Ramesh, Nikhil Naz will, of course, have a few questions for you as well. Nikhil, over to you.
Thanks a lot for that. Mr. Ramesh, firstly, one thing that we noticed in that game, the two classical chess games that were played, and especially the last one, when Carlsen was playing with the white pieces, it seemed very obvious from the start that he was playing for a draw. What does that signify to you? Does that signify to you that Carlsen, in that sense, thought that it's best to take it to the blitz format, to take it to the rapid fire? That's where he'll have the strength, or do you think maybe his health had something to do with it?
I think it's a combination of various factors. One is obviously the health. He had some food poisoning issues, so he did not eat much. So his energy level was very low, and he did not want to decide such an important event when his energy levels was low. So he probably thought it's a good idea to end the game quickly, take more rest, give more time for the body to recuperate, and he'll be in a better position physically to take on Pragg in the tiebreak. And
Okay.
second is he's the world rapid and blitz champion, so he's having more faith in his rapid and blitz skills probably than Pragg. But Pragg also has defeated Magnus in rapid time control and blitz earlier, so I think it will be a evenly poised match.
Okay, the fact that you mentioned it was a combination of few things where he opted to go for a draw. That also signifies the fact that Carlsen may have been pre-planning it, may have already thought that he's going to take it to the rapid fire, and in that sense may have been preparing for the rapid fire well in advance. Whereas for Pragg, he's only going to start preparing for the rapid fire with less than a day to go. Do you think that's going to make a difference? Carlsen already thinking about rapid fire 2 days in advance, and Pragg only starts to think last evening?
No, I don't think it will make much of a difference, because even if you psychologically ready for the rapid and blitz, and there is only so much you can do, and it will all depend on whether Pragg has had sufficient time to be emotionally ready for the rapid and blitz, and he has had one full day, and he knows that if the match draws today, he will go to rapid and blitz. So I think in that sense, he's also psychologically well prepared for this.
Will it make any difference, considering Pragg has been outstanding in the rapid fire in this particular tournament? Nakamura, he went to rapid fire, did very well there. Then, following from that, even against world number 2, Karuna also, he did the rapid fire. Against his very good friend Arjun also, he had that. The fact that in this tournament he's played rapid fire 3 times, will that be of any help going into the final?
Yeah, definitely. The wins against Hikaru Nakamura, Junior Gesi, and Caruana will give a lot of faith in his abilities in shorter time control in the tie breaks. So, since he has defeated 3 good players in tie break, Pragg will have some psychological advantage going into the tie breaks. And Magnus, he will have some doubts because he has not played any rapids very recently, except 1 or 2 games. So I think that will give some small psychological advantage to Pragg.
The one thing that we see sometimes sitting from the outside, we look at the ELO rating. And when I look at that, I see a big gulf between Carlsen's rating when it comes to rapid fire and then when it comes to Pragg's rating. Many would say that that rating suggests that there's a big difference of class between the two. But do you read it like that? Do you think that the ratings are actually telling you that there's a difference of class, or sometimes they can be a bit misleading?
No, no, they are totally misleading. It's simply because Pragg did not play in many rated events before. That is only reason why his rapid rating is not high. Because we have different rating system for longer and shorter time control, and Pragg has not played sufficient FIDE rated rapid tournaments. It does not mean there is a big gap between Magnus and Pragg. I don't think there is such a big difference.
Okay, the one thing that I heard you while you were speaking a little earlier to our channel was that you were saying that you haven't been speaking to him. But what I'd like to know from you is the fact that now he's qualified for the candidates. He qualified well in advance. He doesn't have to wait for Carlsen's decision of pulling out or not and then getting to qualify. The fact that he did it well in advance, and because psychological mindset makes a huge difference in chess, could this be an indication that he will be very relaxed? What you need to be going into a big final like this?
No, he won't be very relaxed, but I would put it differently. That is, he will be more. He won't have that pressure that I have to win this match to qualify to get into the candidates. He won't have that extra pressure. So, but he won't be relaxed. He will be very alert. He will be very motivated and attentive. Because if you are very relaxed, then we cannot be very alert. So he'll be extremely alert, but that extra pressure will be not be there. So in that sense, he can play more freely.
As you say, he will be very alert. I would love to know from you, because we were watching images of his mother being there throughout the tournament. I even read somewhere that she's ensuring that he gets his favorite rasam and rice. How much does this play a role in then Pragg being able to give his best when he's sitting in front of that chessboard?
Especially in important moments in our life, it's always good to have people we trust and respect around us. So in that sense, it's important the role his mother is playing. So she has always been traveling to most of the tournaments with him and always been there in good and bad times. So it's a very important moral support for him for sure.
Does the previous record play any role in this final? Pragg's won 5 times in rapid fire or time duration or the short time sort of format when it comes to Carlsen and Pragg. He's won 5 times, but I think Carlsen holds the edge there, having won 8 times. Does that matter at all?
No, it won't play much of a role because unless it is very one-sided, it won't have much significance. If someone has a 5-0 lead or 8-0 lead, something like this, then it will play a significant role. But if the difference is like this, I don't think the past will matter so much. Both know that they are capable of winning and losing to each other. So they will just focus on playing a good game than worry about what has happened in the past.
Okay, just last couple of questions before I let you go. The fact that Carlsen has never won the World Cup. He's arguably the greatest player to have ever played chess, has never won the World Cup. You reckon that is going to be another sort of pressure that he might have? He's won everything there is to win in chess, but not having won this tournament, does that carry some pressure?
It's very difficult to say that it will be a pressure, but yes, he has never won the World Cup, and that will play its part in his mind. But I don't know whether it will play a positive role or a negative influence because it can motivate him. Like I desperately want to win now, so that can motivate him to put his best effort. That is also very much possible, and we have to wait and see.
Okay, finally, sir, if Pragg pulls off this victory, what would it mean to Indian chess? We've got our fingers crossed. We're all hoping that he manages to do that. He's beaten Carlsen earlier as well. In fact, in this year, if I'm not mistaken, he's beaten him 3 times. But if he beats him at the World Cup final to become only the second Indian to win this title after Vishwanathan Anand, what would it mean to Indian chess?
It will mean it will make a huge impact. Like because 18-year-old winning the World Cup, it's never happened before. Even 18-year-old coming to finals is not, in my view, opinion, has not happened before. So beating Magnus Carlsen and winning the World Cup is something we can only dream about. So if it happens, it will be like amazing. it will be fantastic for Indian chess. Every child will aspire to be like Pragg. That will be amazing news for India. And coming close to success of Chandrayaan, double dhamaka.
That's brilliantly put, coming very close to the success of Chandrayaan. Before I let Mr. R.B. Ramesh go, I must tell my viewers that this man who you're watching on your screen has also played a very important role in the rise of Praggnanandhaa. That's because he had a very comfortable corporate job, but gave all of it to become a chess teacher, to then groom the next generation of Indians, to ensure that the next generation of Indian chess players are at the forefront of this sport, and he's played a major role at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramesh, for joining us and speaking to India today on this day, which could yet turn out to be a historical day for Indian sport.